Adam Peters, the arguably the hottest name among Chargers fandom. I think the way to start with Adam Peters is there was a poll from The Athletic where they reached out to, I think it was 25 different agents. And even though he's not the actual GM, Adam Peters' name was brought up several times by different agents as the most trustworthy talent evaluator. He is widely respected for his ability to find talent throughout any nook and cranny of the draft, whether it's the first round or the later rounds. He is the one that John Lynch has really relied upon in terms of the draft. He's essentially the lead voice in the draft room for the San Francisco 49ers. And obviously, you can point to the Trey Lance debacle, but look how they have made that up. I mean, you're talking about several different players in different points of the draft contributing. Spencer Burford, a fourth round pick, has become a quality guard for them. Obviously, Brock Purdy in the seventh round. You have Aaron Banks in the second round starting for them right now. Ambry Thomas in the third round. Talanoa Hufanga in the fifth round. Elijah Mitchell in the sixth round. Brandon Ayuk, Javon Kinlaw in the first round. Colton McKivitz in the fifth round. And I think you can look at in a microcosm of the Adam Peters era, that 2020 draft, they only made 5 selections, and 4 of those selections are starting caliber players for them. And one of them, Brandon Ayuk, is a star player for them. So the draft is a huge feather in his cap. I think you have that extensive non-first round success, the aggressive culture that he has built in terms of we're going to go out and acquire players regardless of what it takes, whether that's Trey Lance, whether that's Chase Young, whether that's Christian McCaffrey. He has all of that in his background. And I think that is something that all of us as Chargers fans have been really wanting to see from them. The positive and I guess negative here for Adam Peters is that the 49ers are working overtime to keep him. John Lynch has moved to a president of operations role. A lot of people think that is because they want to keep Adam Peters and make him the GM. But I think that shows his value. If the 49ers are working that hard to keep him, he obviously is doing something right in San Francisco.
A lot of these candidates, the top 10 that we made, I just love how they problem solve. And you don't have to always be right. You're not going to be always right. We talked to Tom Telesco, and he said, look, if I can get 50-50 or whatever it was, I'm feeling great. But that's basically impossible. And sure, maybe the 49ers are 50-50, but they also find ways to problem solve, even if things don't go well. The fact that we're considering Adam Peters at all, given what the 49ers did to go get Trey Lance and how that has basically been one of the worst trade up decisions ever in terms of draft capital given up and what they got in return. The fact that we're still talking about him and the fact that fans are still interested in Adam Peters as arguably their number one candidate is so impressive, because that just speaks to everything else this organization with Adam Peters there has been able to do.
Yeah, so I think if he is available, I think he is a guy that will command a lot of attention. I will caution people, if the Chargers decide to hire Jim Harbaugh or Bill Belichick first, you're not getting Adam Peters. This is Adam Peters is the one who would call the shots, whereas Harbaugh and Bill Belichick would probably call the shots. So I know that is a very common thing. Let's get the top GM candidate. Let's get the top coaching candidate. Let's form this power couple. It doesn't work like that. Both of those guys are going to want to call the shots in their own way. So it's either one or the other. It's not both. So just want to throw that out there as Chargers fans are preparing for how this process goes. But I think Adam Peters, his record really speaks for itself.